It's very important to know the difference between demonic encounters and angelic encounters. Um, in real life, I've seen people lose time where, the demon completely took over their body. I've heard people say things that didn't make sense. Last week, I heard someone tell another person, say my name 3 times in the dark after a heated, argument. And obviously, it doesn't make sense for a human to say to another human, say my name 3 times in the dark. That is a demon threatening another human through a human, with the human saying it having no idea, what exactly they're saying or who's influencing them. And that's what happens um, when we don't have insight into the demonic realm. They influence us in while we're conscious and we don't know, because we've been so programmed by them to accept what comes out of our mouths, even though what we say might not be from our own mind, but we're programmed to accept their insights. And oftentimes, um, insight comes to us through dreams, when we're in a more suggestive state. And to start this off, I want to say that a few weeks ago, I'd gone into a grocery store and I came out and I walked around the front of my car, and there was a, Spider-Man, like when he starts to make a web. And I don't want to do the Baphomet hand sign, but Spider-Man actually makes a Baphomet hand sign before he um, lets out his web. And so in front of my car was the Baphomet Spider-Man hand sign, on like a trading card or something. It was a red glove, and it was making the Baphomet sign, and it was about to extend its web. And that was like right in front of my car, and it wasn't there when I parked it there, at least to my knowledge. So that's just one way in which, even in our waking life, demons are trying to ensnare us within their web of illusions. Um, and if you're perceptive, if you're spiritual, you'll catch on to it. But if not, then they'll continue to program you and have you accept their influence both in waking life and in sleep, because they can work through other people to also program you during waking life, and also through your own thoughts if you don't realize it's them doing it. But they'll just continue to do it. So I just want to go through a few things that you can look for in dreams in order to discern a holy angel working for God. As opposed to a demonic or a fallen angel trying to deceive you. Um, with encounters with fallen angels, what I'll notice is that if they're walking with me, we're walking in circles, and that shows like futility. It's futile. What we're doing, like we're walking in circles. Whenever God allows me to experience a dream in which I'm walking in circles, either with a demonic entity or with a person where I've asked God to show me whether or not I need to interact with this person. If we're walking in circle, like a circle throughout the entire dream, then I'll know that it's a futile relationship, or I'll know that there's deception going on. Whereas when a holy angel of God took me out of my childhood church, I mean, to indicate that I wasn't getting the correct teaching. Like we were in a classroom within the church, and the angel made a straight line. We made a straight line out of that place, and the angel was on the right side of me. Now, I'm not saying that every time an entity in your dream is on the right side, that means that it's an angel of God. I can't say that for sure. But a lot of times I've noticed that angelic entities will make sure to stay on my right side. But this angel, grabbed me around the shoulder, and we made a straight line out of that church. There's no circling. There's no let me lead you into another room. See, the demonic realm wants you in church, believe it or not. Um, I've had dreams where, the Matrix character, the architect or whatever, was sitting in the pulpit along with the oracle. And I was being given a sermon, and it was a demonic dream. I've had dreams where demons have assaulted me within a church setting. So the demonic realm wants us in church, because a lot of these preachers are, Masons, or they're There are even preachers who are non-believers. There are preachers who teach a watered down doctrine. It's a system, just like the education system. It's a system to keep us within like an academic rather than an actual spiritual one-on-one relationship. So the demonic realm wants us sitting in, in church on Sunday. That's not even that's some worship, but anyway, they want us in church. So don't get it twisted. If an angel is taking you out of church, don't automatically assume it's a demon trying to lead you away from God, because God actually wants that one-on-one relationship. Another thing, I've noticed that demons and fallen, or demonic entities, have trouble holding a form. Like they're trying to deceive, and the facade is wearing off. So it's like they'll try, like you'll feel that they're trying to hold a form, or you'll ask them, like I in a dream where I was being deceived, or an entity gave me like a very scary kind of form. I asked them, reveal yourself, because it kept on, like it was a fast moving kind of image. It wasn't a clear image, and I wanted the entity, because I was being deceived, to reveal itself in a human form that I could be comfortable with, and it couldn't. Like it seemed like it was trying to produce skin, or it was trying, and it was angry at me for even asking. And it's like you'll feel that the demonic entity is trying to deceive you. It's trying to hold a form that will be acceptable to you. Whereas with angelic entities, I've noticed that they appear, not always, but like as clear forms, like as outlines. Like I've had a holy angel appear as just an outline of a tall figure. Like where they were completely see-through, completely transparent. There was no body there, but I knew it was there, but there was no body there. Like it was showing me it is spiritual. It doesn't actually have flesh. It can take on flesh, but it prefers not to, or it doesn't need to. Or whereas, like I said, with the fallen angels and demonic entities, they will take on a deceptive form intentionally, or you'll see them trying to force an image on themselves, or you'll see a constant alteration in their appearance where they're trying to meet your expectations, because they can read our minds. So they might be trying to, meet your expectations as far as, well, how does this human that I'm trying to deceive want me to look? Or how can I, easily deceive or scare this human? So they'll have trouble because they're working against God. So God's not going to allow them to completely deceive you. And so that's why I think, they have a hard time holding a form. So you can visually see them trying to change their form to meet your expectations. But and another thing I've noticed, that demonic entities will lead you in, whereas angelic entities might take you out of buildings, that are that are systematic, or that are programming you, like the church system, or the education system. Demonic entities will take you into rooms. They'll take you into compartments, because they want your mind compartmentalized. So they will lead you into certain rooms rather than taking you in a straight line out of a situation, because holy angels are there to direct us, to teach us. Demonic entities take you into that compartmentalization, into further deceit. So, and into mirrored rooms, and further into illusion, because they want us constantly deceived. And another thing, if you're being chased, sometimes the demonic entities play good cop bad cop, where they're pretending to be protecting you, and they're pretending they're saying, go this way, go that way, go, but what I notice is that when I'm like with holy angels, they can put up a wall, and the demonic entity can't cross it. Just like if you have like demons knocking on your door and they can't get in, a holy angel can just put up a wall, and the demon can't go any further. Whereas a demonic entity, if there's more than one, one could be helping you, like, let's go here, go there, so we can avoid this demonic entity. But what it's really doing is scaring you, because you're running the entire dream. You're running with this entity that's pretending to be protecting you, but apparently you can't seem to get away from the other entity that's chasing you, and it's a nightmarish kind of image. And I've noticed that when demonic entities are pretending to help me escape other demonic entities, you know, playing the good cop, bad cop role. The doors will be like curtains rather than doors. The windows will not have any glass in them. You know, an open house that's been made to seem as though they're actual borders and boundaries, but there aren't any. So you'll be going from you might be going from room to room with, you know, doors that people can completely walk through, um, because there's no border. Or you might be crawling through windows with entities that are pretending to protect you, but the window has no glass, so other entities could get in. Or I've noticed, I was in a classroom setting and a demon was pretending to keep other demons out, but I noticed that demons were crawling into the windows because there was only blinds on the windows, but there was no glass in it. So that's the illusion breaking down, where you're seeing, okay, this entity is not actually keeping demons out. They're letting demons in while tricking me into thinking that they're protecting me from the demons. But what they're actually doing is allowing the entities in while keeping me within the illusion that they're protecting me, from these entities. Um, and another thing, I've woken up with, you know, sleep paralysis, where there's been a huge demonic entity just laying on top of me, not doing anything, but just laying there like it's trying to get into me. So whenever an entity is trying to get into you, whether they come up behind you within a dream, or whether they're laying on top of you in a dream, um, then that is a demonic entity, because holy angel has no real desire to, you know, touch you or really, you know, try to be all up on you. You know, that's a demonic entity trying to get in, or trying to suggest that it's trying to get in. Um, so it's a kind of desperation that you'll notice with demonic entities. But those are just a few tips in realizing that, um, how the different sides work, and how the angels will take you in a straight line out of a deceptive situation, whereas the demonic entities will take you further into compartmentalization, further into the web, further into the illusions that they create in order to trouble you and ensnare you.